Everybody, and welcome back to Wrassle Graps. My name is Chris,
My name is Vincent.
and today we're talking about the Fallout 22, of course, the most recent edition of Dynamite, and was a very interesting, enjoyable historical episode of Dynamite, I'd say.
I think it was eventful, is the word.
I think with the MJF promo, man, this is an all-timer.
This will go, I mean, yeah, I think so. I think this will go down in the history books as one of the craziest Dynamite episodes.
You know how many times I've rewinded the audio of MJF calling Tony Khan and F and Mark, man? Several times.
Now, what if we edited that a little bit to say Shivani?
If anyone wants to do that, who knows how to do that? We love that, actually. That'd be
That
the
would be
greatest.
amazing.
That's the best thing I could ever ask for.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we haven't seen something like what MJF did since CM Punk did. I know there's been people that may have tried to replicate it in the past, and they're not successful at it. MJF, though, he's another level, okay, of good on the microphone.
Right, yeah. And this whole promo he just came out there and he's like, you know what? I hate the fans. I hate the dudes in the back. I've been number one since day one, but they don't care enough. They don't acknowledge me. You're taking me for granted, man. I hate your boss. I want to get
Wait,
fired. Or an F and Mark.
do we want to talk about this right now, or do we want to save it for when it actually happens in the
It was
show?
my
Like
favorite.
the yeah.
Not gonna lie, it was my favorite thing on the show, so I've been looking forward to talking about the most. I think we'll make an exception this time if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. Keep going with what you were saying.
Yeah, so basically, it's, well, I just say, he comes out. He's like, I'm in a lot of pain, but you guys don't care. You just want to hear about the weekend and everything that happened. You know, he says that he hits the fans, hits the dudes in the back, that he's been one of the best in this company ever since it started. He's had to work his way up because he doesn't know anyone in the back in the beginning, but he's taken for granted still. And that's why he hates this place because Tony Khan won't reach into his pockets, give him more money, but he will reach into his pockets and hoard up all the money for all the extra WWE guys, which got a huge pop. People love that line. I don't
I
know about you, I
mean,
like to
if we were doing this in the show's like order, perfect match to happen afterwards.
yeah, yeah. And he asked the question, "Would I get better treatment if I was an ex WWE guy?" And then he says that he just wants to get fired, man, because he hates it here so much. He says, "Fire me, you effing Mark! Fire me, fire me!" Cut off for the mic, and, then they go to commercial very abruptly. And they don't talk about
Yeah,
it afterwards either.
yeah. They cut him from the roster page. They removed him from the shop. So honestly, this shit's pretty crazy. Well, maybe not the shop. I don't know about the shop, but the roster page for sure.
I mean, I saw a post earlier. Someone tried searching up MJF's AW Pro Wrestling Tees page, and they got an error message.
Oh, okay, so I guess the shop is closed. But yeah, this is definitely interesting. Just definitely a fucking work for sure. He brought up his contract would end in 24, right in 2024, and he wants out of that contract immediately. So I mean, I want to see where it goes for sure. I mean, especially after like the whole Wardlow thing, the whole real life situations that he was doing.
Lead to a feud with Tony Khan, potentially.
I mean, maybe he'll fight Tony Khan in the ring. I mean, he's been bringing up his name and calling Tony Khan a mark. So I mean, possibly those are fighting words, you know.
They're fighting words, but they're also very true. You might have just heard that and been like, you know what? You're not wrong. Not getting
You
more
know,
money though.
he walked over to the crowd and sat there for the whole show.
I would if I could, man. I would if I could, but I got a job to do. But you're not wrong, and also you won't be getting more money. Thank you for what you said, though. Appreciate it.
Kicks him out of the building immediately. But yeah, I mean, there's not many guys he said in this promo that can make you feel something. MJF is one of those dudes, man. Like he'll just passionately say some shit, and you'll probably he'll eat it up. You know.
Yeah, this was a fantastic promo. If you haven't seen it, please definitely go watch it. There's plenty of people on YouTube who have posted the full thing. As a matter of fact, that's how I rewatched it. I didn't bother skipping through the show. I just looked up on YouTube. It's
Yeah,
about
that
eight
was the
minutes.
talk of the show. I mean, throughout the whole entire night. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening, but that was the main thing everyone was talking about. MJF, MJF this, MJF that. He's on all these different pro wrestling sites, causing stirring up some drama here. So I mean, it's a fun sight to see. It's making wrestling entertaining. It's creating lemonade out of lemon. Whatever the saying is.
I think what you meant is, no, actually, you got it right. I had it wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, totally. The dirty lemons. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I just wanted to talk about it real quick. So I love
Wait, is
and
the is there is there a saying like creating chicken salad out of chicken shit? Is that an actual thing?
maybe in the South. I don't know what happens over there.
I mean, that's
Uh,
kind of what happened, right? Like he took chicken shit, he made it into chicken salad. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard anyone say that.
Whatever.
I've
I
heard
said it right now, and it makes sense.
I've heard lemons into lemonade.
Hey, okay, look, he turned the lemons into lemonade. All right, that's what he did. And you know what? I love to see all these different media sites talk about it. I like watching it for my own personal enjoyment. You know, so I mean, I'm enjoying this.
And I think last note on this, if anyone does want to do what he said and photo or voice over the clip of Tony Khan getting called Neff and Mark and James Khan to Shivani, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, please, please do that.
All right, now we can start the show in order.
Boom!
Start.
Let's go. Recognize Dynamite.
Yeah, you hear the song "JR Welcomes You." Wednesday, you know what that means. Um, Starts off with Punk and FTR versus the Gun Club and Max Caster. I enjoyed this
Scissor me,
match.
daddy-o,
Yeah, he said, "Scissor me, daddy ass," and I quote, "That's what
daddy
he said."
ass. It's even better.
This is a very entertaining pairing. I am a big fan of this. As I said before, I just like the dynamic, man.
Who knew? We're just smashing a couple of teams together, like the Ass Boys and the Acclaim, two of the worst teams on the roster. Would make such a great pairing. I mean, who knew?
Yeah, no. Um, Really, it's working wonders in my opinion. I'm curious to see where they're gonna go. I don't, because there was like, if you look at this card before the show started, right? If you didn't know this was the follow-up, the Double or Nothing, just as a casual person, you looked at this and you might look at it and said, "This card looks like a bunch of tag matches and random stuff. I don't know if I want to watch this one."
I
Right?
don't know who would have said that, but I mean, I guess I get it.
Well, I mean, you would have said that if this was the olden days and we didn't do the show.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
and I also might have said it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But watching this show, and it actually flowed really well and went by quickly. But yeah, like a lot of the stuff on the show, like I didn't really care too much about this opening match, really, because I knew Punk and FTR would win. But overall, it was an enjoyable match.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I mean, you put all these teams together into one. I mean, you're probably gonna get a decent match at least. I do feel like Punk. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't really been into his in-ring work lately. I will say that, but I'm still into Punk as is.
Yeah, I saw him botched during this match too, and I was kind of like, maybe he should work on that a little bit more. But then in the promo afterwards, he goes, "I never done drugs, but I can imagine being champion and getting cheered like this feels like that. And also, I'm
Yeah,
trying to get better. Please do not get too mad at me. Thank you."
yeah.
My favorite part of the promo is when Daxton says, "I have done all of the drugs that he has not, and I love my family. Thank you."
He did say that. Honestly, I mean, this felt like a genuine promo.
Yeah, a very genuine setup. The tag match potentially heading into Forbidden Door, and we got to see who Punk's opponent's going to be, and it is Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Tanahashi is a great choice for CM Punk.
That's a fantastic choice, yeah. Because you know there's going to be someone big from there. You just didn't know who, but if it's going to be anybody, I think the Ace is a great choice.
Yeah, I feel like he's been calling himself like the ace of AEW or something. Or somebody's been calling himself that. I know that.
Hmm.
I mean, whatever the case may be, I mean, the ace and CM Punk, I mean, they'll mesh well together in the ring, no doubt. I
Looking
mean, it could
forward.
have been anybody. It could have been Okada. It could have been Osprey. It could have been anybody that Punk's been wanting to fight. I'm
I
not
think
sure if too many people have said Tanahashi versus Punk. I mean, it's definitely a match I'm looking forward to seeing.
Say the truth, man. I don't even know who's on the roster in New Japan anymore. So if they pulled out any recognizable name, I would have appreciated it, but they
Honestly,
don't.
I think I know a decent amount of the wrestlers on the New Japan roster, but not like all of them. Like sometimes people bring up names and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I go look at like what people are saying about them and stuff like that.
I know like what everyone else knows. Like I know the people that everyone else talks about. But just like an obscure person doesn't get talked about much, then I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, there's a couple people that like get talked about a lot. I don't check them out myself, and then eventually I have my own idea of them because they talk about them a certain way. I start to form like a character in my mind of what they could possibly be.
Mm. Uh, so uh, moving forward here, we get to the Johnny Elite Open Challenge. Just came after the MJF
Which
promo.
came after the MJF Johnny Elite versus Rusev, man. John Morrison versus Rusev.
Yeah, and I was very happy to see Miro back. I was
Yeah,
incredibly happy. I love the promo, and I'm just very happy to see him back.
Miro's promo about God. I mean, his promo was really good actually.
He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, uh,
Did Craig leave?
but no, he's still here.
Oh, he's still here.
He would have made a noise at me, and then we know he's gone, but he's still here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just anyways, Miro basically, and I'm paraphrasing here, says, "You know what, God? Uh, remember that time I tried to kick your ass before? That's my bad. I didn't do it the right way. What I am gonna do though, is I'm gonna kick the shit out of so many people that you'll eventually have to let me into heaven, and then as soon as I see you there, I promise you it's on site. I promise you. But for now, Johnny Elite is a dead man, and I'm going to kill him."
That's what he did. I mean, John Morrison, I'm not impressed about his in-ring work at all. I don't like him, and I've formed that opinion of Johnny Elite. But other than that, Miro, I love Miro.
This new Johnny Elite just kind of showed up here with that name, just get beaten up by Samoa Joe and Miro.
Johnny Elite has great presentation. He can do a lot of things, but the one thing he can't do is wrestle, which is unfortunate. And that's really what I don't like about him.
Yeah, he's not the best in the ring. Um, Perfect example of what MJF was talking about, though. XWE guys who aren't really that great.
Yeah, perfect. This is the guy he was talking about.
This is an example. Not
This
naming
is him.
names here, but you know,
Yeah. We should have
uh,
just saved it for Johnny Gargano. He could have been Johnny Elite.
I just you could have named it. I don't know why he has to do this thing where he changed his last name to whatever promotion he's in, because it sounds so dumb sometimes.
I mean, Johnny Impact was a good name, okay? I think my
Johnny,
favorite name of him was like Johnny Mundo. I like the name Johnny Mundo.
yeah, but like Johnny Elite, like that's questionable.
Johnny Elite's like a random cartoon character that you don't want to watch.
It really is.
Yeah.
Um, so next up here, we get to an Anarchy in the Arena recap. A quick JAS segment that's cut off by
This was
a
epic, by the way. This shit was epic as fuck.
the whole thing in general or the Anarchy in the Arena match.
I mean the Anarchy in the Arena match itself and the video package for it, recapping it.
It was really cool. I didn't like that. And we get to this promo here. Jericho's like, "Man, what kind of psychopath tries to burn somebody and then also trying to kick someone's head in? This is ridiculous, man." And then
Yeah, I mean, who would do that?
that's when Kingston and a very angry William Regal come out. And you have him say, "You know what, Regal, say the thing." And he says, "Blood and guts. Let's do it."
He says blood
Yeah,
and guts.
yeah. And at first, Jericho was like, "There is not a chance in how you're getting that match." But if I want blood and guts, my buddies Hager and 2.0 are gonna go kick your ass right now. That'll be your blood and guts right there. And so while that's happening, Ortiz shows up, mad balls Jericho, takes a lock of his hair. Then this whole thing is broken up. They're about to leave, and then Jericho goes, "You know what? Yeah, no one does that to me. You're getting your match. You're welcome."
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, but there's a stipulation though before that happens. Jericho wants Ortiz hair versus hair match, so that's gonna be fun.
I mean, who's gonna go bald, really?
I think Jericho would be cool with going bald.
Maybe.
If we
He
look
looks
at
so weird though.
if we look at Jericho's head though, he's already kind of balding. I think he's okay with letting it go for a storyline.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, he can just wear a hat if anything goes wrong.
Yeah. It's like when John Cena came back, remember? And he had that very noticeable bald spot and
Oh my god.
he tried to comb it over, but it wasn't working, you know.
Yeah,
Like everyone knew it was there, he knew it was there. It still is there, actually. Still hasn't got rid of it.
yeah. And it's unfortunate for him. But I'm looking forward to Blood and Guts, for sure. I don't think I've seen the first one.
I also did not, because I missed an episode of Dynamite. That was a poor choice.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about Blood and Guts, really? Such a
Uh,
boring match, really.
that's an opinion to have that Twitter will definitely love.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Like you go into Blood and Guts, like what happens? It's a steel cage match.
I mean, look, let's be honest here. We all know it's War Games under a different name. And I'm a
Yeah,
big War Games
true.
guy. I
It's a
appreciate it.
WWE thing. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. WWE NXT is the one that popularized it. You know this, I know this.
Yeah. So after this, we get a recap of Samoa Joe getting attacked backstage at Double or Nothing after his loss. I started thinking about this during this segment. Have they ever explained why Singh, Dutt, and Lethal hate Samoa Joe so much?
No, I mean maybe it's some old ROH beef that I don't know about, but not that I know of. Like I wasn't there for the explanation.
This is like the Hangman CM Punk variation. It's like a variation on that of this one party who hates this other guy so much for seemingly no reason. And if there is a reason, he's not explaining it, you know,
Maybe it's just the championship.
potentially. But then again, why do they just keep going after him and attacking his arm then? Just ask for a championship match, he'll give it to you.
Maybe he won't give it to him. That's the problem. Maybe
That's
they
not
hit him
Samoa
up
Joe, though.
in the end on Instagram, like, "Hey, bro, would you like to give me a rematch, or would you like to give me a match for your championship?" And he said, "No." And now they're beating his ass forever and ever until he gets the match.
Even if that was true, which it's not, they haven't mentioned that. If they mention that, at least then we have a reason, and I'd be thankful for that.
Yeah, definitely.
This leads us into Hikuleo, the Bucks, and Red Dragon versus Team Christian, Darby Allin, and Matt Hardy.
No, I
What?
like Team Christian. That's a good name.
Yeah, I mean, basically, might as well.
Yeah.
Um, so originally, Jeff Hardy was supposed to be in the match instead of Darby Allin, and Adam Cole was supposed to be there instead of Hikuleo. Then it was an 8-man tag. Now it became this match because I think Jeff Hardy's hurt. So I'm getting that correct.
Yeah, I think he is hurt. I mean, he did seem a little out of it at the pay-per-view. And I'm not really sure what's going on with him right now, but
Yeah, hopefully he's doing all right. But
yeah, hopefully he's doing all right now.
I did appreciate that we got Adam Cole on commentary, just taking shots at Tony Schiavone the entire match. I appreciated that.
I mean, we need that sometimes,
Need that all the time.
all the times.
He sits down on commentary. First thing he says, "My only regret is I have to sit next to you, Tony." And I get it.
I mean, one day we'll have our team, the homies, right? And then
One
one
day,
day we'll be in AEW and we'll be next to Tony Schiavone on the commentary table.
he'll say hi, go to shake our hands, we'll just stare him down and go, "This reasons like this are exactly why me and all of my homies in this general direction do not like you."
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a great moment.
That's exactly how we don't get signed on AEW contract.
No, they're about to sign us, but then that happens, and they're like, "Wait, hold on, these are those guys? No, thank you."
Maybe Tony comes up for a mark where he'd appreciate it, you know.
I mean, maybe he's that big of a mark that he's like, "Oh hell yeah, these guys. They have such a good character. They hate Tony Schiavone for no reason. It's perfect."
We're also terrible at storytelling. Let's get him over here, you know.
Come on, yeah.
We also struggle sometimes. Please come over.
Coming to your local indie will be the homies. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Tony Khan, Adam Cole, and Jade Cargill will be standing behind this fully motion to the homies, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
And when we do the thing, Tony Khan will mark out, uh, give us both hugs, and go, "These are those guys right there. I love these guys. They're the best. They have been best."
They're such draws. I love them.
Yes, Tony Schiavone just walks away. Tony, it was funny. Get back, Tony. Damn.
It's a meme, Tony. God damn.
Anyway, this match happens. It's a fun watch. Um, it's again one of those tag matches where there's a just kind of story in this one, so I'm not really that mad about it. But it was a very fun match.
Wait, what match is this?
The 10-man tag match.
10-man tag was okay. I'll say that. I
I
mean, it
found it
was
enjoyable.
cool spots. It was enjoyable enough. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with all these wrestlers in the same place at once.
Yeah, I appreciate the reference to the Matt Hardy and Christian feud going, the Edge Christian versus the Hardy Boys feud. Appreciated that.
That is
Um,
cool.
some we- some weird stuff at the end there where Matt Hardy's like, "Hey, Jungle Boy, it's okay that you lost. Like you should have lost on Sunday." Didn't say that, but we did. Uh, Christian comes over and he's like, "You don't console my guy. I console my guy. Let's get out of here, Jungle Boy."
I like Christian and Jungle Boy as a pairing. I wish they just do that. I wish they just split up from Luchasaurus and do that.
No, I just want Christian away from this group immediately, man. I want
No,
those
I
titles to
think
go away from him.
imagine Christian. Okay, Christian managing Jungle Boy would be kind of cool.
I mean, he's doing
As
it
Jungle
already.
Boy being
Nothing's
like a
happened.
younger. I mean, yeah, but there's Luchasaurus there as well. They're a tag team, you know.
But
Imagine
Luchasaurus is
I'm
the
talking about a
problem with this.
solo. I'm talking about a solo Jungle Boy run on his own because he's a great wrestler. He really is.
I mean, yeah, but like Luchasaurus isn't the issue with this whole deal.
I mean, he's in a tag team with Jungle Boy. I'm just saying, man.
Did you see the picture they
If they'd
posted on
focus
AEW's
less,
account?
no.
So it's a picture of it's a CM Punk, Jade Cargill, uh, Scorpio Sky, and who's the other champion? Thunder Rosa. And you would think standing next to them would be the tag team champions. Instead, though, it's Hook and Danhausen,
I
the
mean,
real
they're
champ.
basically the tag team champions.
People in the comments were like, "Look, man, where's Jungle Boy? Where's Luchasaurus?" I looked at it and I said, "No, that's pretty true, actually."
Yeah. I mean, I do think Christian more of like a managerial role towards the Jungle Boy would actually work, and especially like like a sort of heel role or something like that.
I was really hoping that Christian would kill switch Jungle Boy as soon as he got him away from Matt Hardy.
That'd be weird. I mean, maybe you could feud with Jungle Boy. That could work.
I want this group broken up. I want different tag team champions. That's all I'm asking for.
Christian versus Jungle Boy would be a good match.
Yeah, when they're not tag team champions. I still don't understand why they retained on Sunday. There was no reason for that. I'm, I don't want to go on about it too much, but I'm just saying. You know,
I mean, man, Team Taz should be the winners.
Team Taz was right there, man. They were right there. Taz was on commentary. Christian helped these dudes retain. Thanks a lot, Christian. We don't hate you, but we're getting close, man.
Yeah, man, I kicked him out of Team WWE ECW. You actually made the whole team fold. Okay,
That's that's not the reason they folded. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
that's the reason. There were so many people in that team.
All right. Anyways, next up, speaking of that match, the other people in that match, Swerve and Lee, have a promo backstage. I didn't
Yeah,
really understand what
they
this
have their
was.
own homies.
What I thought we were gonna be done with this whole thing after the pay-per-view.
Me too, but I guess we're doing it. We're continuing doing this because there's nothing for them at the moment.
I love Swerve and Lee. I just don't think they should be a tag team.
Yeah, true. I do agree. I mean, I wish they just go on solo runs. I think, like I said, Swerve could be a star on his own, maybe with his posse. I think that would be dope.
This segment though was kind of strange. I think it starts off. The interviewer goes, "Guys, you lost on Sunday. What are you guys gonna do next?" Swerve goes, uh, "Anyway, here's my pals. I brought them with me in case you're
I have
curious.
some
This dude."
friends. In case you thought I didn't have friends except Keith Lee.
These seats work on my music, and this guy made me a jacket. I appreciate it. Please give me thank you for the jacket. Appreciate it. Then Keith Lee goes, I think what he means to say is that we're gonna go do some cool stuff now.
Say what you want, but that jacket was kind of cool.
It was cool. I just didn't know what was going on here.
You know what's going on here.
I don't.
Yeah, you know.
Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know.
You know. It's easy to know.
Yeah, well, must need like some sort of 200 plus like you intellect there. So I don't know.
I guess you
Anyway,
just don't watch Rick and Morty. Anyway.
I don't watch as much as I used to. I used to. I haven't done the post in a while. It's rough.
Okay.
So anyways, speaking of Tony Schiavone, back again doing an interview with Athena, and I just want to know why Tony Schiavone looks so upset when he's doing these interviews, man.
You think he wants to get up out of his chair and do the interviews?
No, but also like every time he does an interview, he'll sound like excited at first, but then like they'll start talking, he'll go, "Okay, let's get this over with."
Yeah, true. I mean, maybe he's just burnt out of interviews. You know, he's done so many interviews that he can't do them anymore.
You know what? But you know what? Jade Cargill also tired of that. She comes out, she's like, "Tony, cut it out, man. Stop. We're not doing this today."
Cut this shit, Tony.
Yeah, they have the whole stare down again from Double or Nothing, where the two groups stare down. Then this is a weird part to me. Stokely starts going for security to escort these people that work here out of the building.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what you do when you're a good manager. You call for security, you make it feel like it has to happen.
I mean, that's a first to me.
No, that's how it goes.
Well, anyway, security didn't show up. Maybe that's because of what happens next on the show. Wardlow versus JD Drake. Uh, Wardlow,
Oh,
I thought
true.
it
They
was,
were all getting ready to sue
yeah,
Wardlow. Yeah,
they formed a union. That's what they did. Uh,
yeah.
so Wardlow versus JD Drake. It goes about like a minute. Probably lasts probably a little over. Then Tony gets in the ring again. Another interview from Tony Schiavone. He goes to talk Wardlow, but then Mark Sterling comes out. He goes, "See these security guards here and all the other security guards that are in here? They're in different states. They want to sue you, pal. They want to sue you for attacking them."
But then he attacked another one.
Yeah. And he's
And he
like,
ripped up the contract.
he gave him the lawsuit whenever he served him. He said, okay. And he beat him up, whipped up the lawsuit. I don't know if it legally dismisses it. I don't think it does.
No, I
Um,
think he still has to go to court or something.
I want to see that happen on AEW where he goes to court and he has to resist the urge to beat up the jury. It's also made up of security guards.
And then he does it anyway.
Yeah, they say you owe them some money. And he gets up, he beats up the judge, beats up the security guards,
I want him to destroy the whole courtroom.
simply because he just doesn't want to pay these guys. That'd be great.
Snaps the hammer in half. Everything.
Tosses the hammer at the security guard.
They're running at him. He tosses it at him. He nails him in the forehead. Knocks him out.
You ever see Thor, pal?
And
I did appreciate the word though,
then he leaves through the wall.
like the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
I did appreciate the word though when Sterling first came out. He's like, "Whoa, get away from that man, Tony. We gotta talk." He goes, "Someone doesn't watch the product. I can tell."
Yeah, he does do that.
That's really all it was for that one.
I mean, Wardlow, he showed some agility during the match.
He did. I mean, there wasn't much to talk about in that match. It's just Wardlow wins is the point, really.
I mean, he did really quick things, man. Like, he was fucking leaped over. He did a double roll. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Wardlow's just a crazy guy. Just does crazy things.
I want to see him have a legitimate match. I mean, I know he's had legitimate matches in the past, but I want to see him do it now.
I want to see him go up against some other big dudes consistently.
I want to suggest that the match in New Japan at the Forbidden Door show.
I'm honestly very curious because I'm wondering how the internet's going to react to the fact that there most likely won't be any women on the show.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it sucks because New Japan doesn't have a women's division, but they do have. Don't they have Stardom?
Yeah, sir. Is that like a subsidiary? Because I was thinking about that. They could maybe do that.
I feel like they could do it. I don't know why they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. They should have some pretty cool wrestlers and stardom.
I think they both work with that company, so it should work out like that. I don't know. Maybe.
All I know is that they're talking about NJPW and not Stardom right now. So unless that happens, it's going to be a rough one for AEW.
Yeah, might be bad.
Speaking of other things that were a little rough to me, man, the year promo, they basically just ran back what happened at Double or Nothing.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So
I mean, Dante Martin pulled up though, and he said some robotic shit.
he showed up. So basically, Scorpio Sky and Redman a year ago. Dante, we both know you're not ready for this. Please just don't do this match. And Dante shows up and he goes, "Oh, I think I'm ready, pal. I'll see you on Rampage."
He was so robotic, it was crazy.
There's a reason that he wrestles better and wrestles more than he does talk.
Yeah, maybe he does wrestle better than Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we just soured on Scorpio Sky a little bit because of the Sammy feud. I don't think it's his fault.
I like Scorpio Sky still.
I do. There was no Sammy Guevara on the show, so it was actually pretty nice.
I don't really like Ego Page, man. I don't like Ethan Ego Page. Ego
I,
Ethan Page. Whatever his name is.
I can't confirm an opinion on him just because I haven't seen him enough.
I don't know, man. I don't like him that much.
He kind of just stands there and does things. He doesn't really do anything. He wrestles a couple times, but that's really it.
Yeah, I think the Arby's pants ruined it for me.
The Arby's pants, I think, will be the downfall of his career.
Yeah, I
He's gonna
mean, you can't go past that.
he's gonna win a title. Someone's gonna pull up that picture. It's the end, really.
It's really an exposing that you don't want.
It's really, you can't be a champion and think Arby's is the best restaurant out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's better restaurants. I get that they have a burger now, but it doesn't make anything better.
Unless he exclusively goes there for the fries, he doesn't get that the rest of the food's trash. I don't think.
I mean, the side dishes at Arby's I heard were good. I heard the main dishes were bad.
Which I don't understand how they stay in business like that. That's questionable.
If your roast beef sandwich sucks, then that sucks for you.
How do you mess up a roast beef sandwich, man? That's a hard one.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, anyways.
I have to have a Wagyu burger now.
What?
They're like a Wagyu burger now.
What is a wagon burger?
A Wagyu burger. It's a beef, you know?
I mean, I'm not a beef aficionado.
Okay, got you. I don't like Wagyu beef, I don't think. I think I've had it once and it wasn't that good.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Whenever I have any kind of meat, and they're like, "This is a different cut of this meat," I'm like, I eat it, and I'm like, I really can't tell the difference, man.
Sometimes it do be like that.
Like, I get like there's a difference between restaurant quality stuff and like stuff you eat at your house. If you go to the same restaurant and you got like different kinds of steak, I really can't tell the difference.
I think my favorite burgers be at a Burger Fi.
Yeah, I think I never had burger, so I can't comment on that.
Burger Fi got some banging burgers. Like, really.
I'm sure they do. I'm not gonna.
And the fries slap. And the onion rings slap. You really can't eat the milkshakes, they slap too. You get yourself some ice cream there. It's pretty good.
That's pretty cool. Drop your favorite burgers in the comments down below.
I think Burger Fi is like an S tier restaurant.
Once again, I haven't been there. I can't comment.
S tier at the top of the list.
I'm gonna believe you on this one. That's what I'm gonna do.
But then McDonald's shows up and it's like close to S tier as well.
McDonald's is okay.
No, S tier. Their nuggets slap, their burgers, they slap too. Their fries, you can't go wrong with the fries, you really can't. Apple pie? You ever get the apple pie? The
Oh yeah.
McFlurry? The
No, no,
McFlurry? You gotta put an S tier. It's S tier. It's
I
like,
haven't
oh
had
my
a
god.
McFlurry. I never
A
had McFlurry in my
McFlurry.
entire
You
life.
have to have one. You have to have a McFlurry.
It's talking to me about like this McFlurry. I'm gonna have it. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be rich.
You
I'm
can't get you gotta get Oreo though. You gotta get Oreo.
It's talking to me like this thing's gonna be life changing for me, man. I don't know.
It might be, man. It might change your ice cream look on things.
It's talking to me like I'm being a McDonald's commercial. Where I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden I get a McFlurry, and all of a sudden I win a bunch of money. A bunch of women show up around me. They're like, "Here's your brand new car and house." You know,
I don't think McDonald's has ever done something weird with their fries, like put some cheese and bacon on it or whatever.
these are
They
pretty
made
good
them
fries.
larger, like they made a basket of fries. They made large, super large fries, but like they don't do anything crazy with them.
I think super large fries is too overkill, really.
Yeah, I don't think you need that much fries. It's probably a bad health risk. That's why I got rid of
Almost definitely.
it. But
So
I think naming all that stuff from McDonald's made an S tier really. Well, the chicken sandwich is okay, I guess. But yeah,
stay tuned for the Wrassle Graps restaurant ranking, which will come shortly after the Wrassle Graps movie review.
I need to try everything from Chick-fil-A so I can make a correct assumption on that.
All right.
I think maybe that's how we do it. Though. We do like we try the best food item, like the burger or the chicken or whatever, and then we try like the sides, and we try some desserts, and we see if it's S tier or not.
How would you know if it's the best food item though?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Like, how do you know for a fact it's the best thing on the menu?
I mean, honestly, whatever's the most popular menu item that's been selling a lot,
We
and
got
that's
pretty
what
off.
they're known for, or whatever they're known for. Really, like McDonald's is known for the Big Mac, or whatever the
I
most
guess.
popular thing is, like a quarter pounder or whatever. And then the chicken nuggets, that's popular as fuck.
Yeah, we got really off track here, man. The bottom point of this, really, this whole thing, well, this is a whole long way of saying, you know what? If we do that tier list, Arby's is all the way at the bottom. That's
Now
just
I've had the chicken tenders from Chick-fil-A. I've had I think the nuggets from Chick-fil-A as well. Mac and cheese. I mean, I don't
save
know
it.
if I can do a correct assumption on that, but
Save it for the video, man. You're giving away too much.
look, bro, I'm just saying what I had. Anyway, back to wrestling.
Yes, yeah. We come back here and we get to Soho Storm versus Baker and Hater, and you know what? It was fine. It was fine.
It was cool. I dig Storm. I think she's great.
I was fully prepared for Britt Baker to beat Ruby Soho again.
I don't know if Ruby Soho had it in her.
She showed up, man. They were about to have him. I saw them across the ring, and I was like, you know what? It's gonna happen again. I could feel it, but it didn't. It didn't, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, but it was dope. It was dope for what it was.
This really felt like Tony just going, yeah, the women's match on this show, man. Uh, some faces, Soho Storm, Britt Baker, you need a tag partner, Jamie Hayter right there, fantastic. Get out there.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like they don't care enough about their women's division. It really sucks for
Thunder
people like
Rosa was
Athena,
nowhere near the
for
show.
people like Athena who come in and they're hoping for a new change and things, but they're probably not going to go anywhere. Let's
Thunder,
be honest.
Thunder Rosa wasn't even on this show.
Thunder Rosa is like the most over woman on the roster.
But she's the champion, though. I want to know what she's gonna do next. You know,
I mean, yeah, I want to know as well. I don't know what she's going to fucking do. I don't know who her next challenger is. I feel like they can only like focus on two storylines in the women's division at once or something, or three, I guess, because they have the Jade Cargill. Oh no, that's one in and of itself. So like two, yeah.
yeah, it's a mess. We've been over this before. We're not gonna give me the whole rant again, but I'm just gonna say it's a
No,
mess. And
I
move
don't
forward.
want to rant about it all the damn time, but like I always feel like doing it anyway.
It just comes out, man. You know, you just start talking about it, and all of a sudden it opens up the floodgates.
It's really annoying, really,
Yeah, moving
because
to the
there's so
main.
much talent, and like I just want to see them all thrive.
Yeah. So next up, we get to my favorite part of the show, Moxley versus Garcia. This was fantastic.
Garcia is a good guy.
Yeah, I feel like he was the only one that sold his injuries from Sunday, and I appreciated that.
His hat when he walked down to the ring,
Yeah,
that's a cool hat.
no, that was a cool hat. Before the match, though, they pointed out that Macaulay Culkin and Vince Vaughn were in the crowd. That's pretty neat.
Oh, that's cool.
We had
He's a big
Jericho.
wrestling fan.
Yeah, I knew. I feel like I knew Macaulay Culkin. I did not know about Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, and maybe he isn't, but
I
here's
should
what
have
it is.
guessed because he was in fighting with my family. I didn't want to assume that they're all wrestling fans, but I should have maybe guessed.
I mean, at least involved in the wrestling business.
Yeah. Um, so anyways, the match was just brutal. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe 15. Moxley and Garcia just beating the hell out of each other, and I appreciate that.
I like John Moxley.
I
I'm
like
not gonna
Mox.
say I'm a little bit bored of Moxley.
I don't have an issue with him.
I think he's cool. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, seeing him doesn't make me hyped.
I think it's a wild thing, man. I'm telling you, if you had the whole theme song, man, you remember that I used to walk out, that song would be going off, bro. And now
True.
Wild Thing comes on, and you're like, it's in the 80s or something. Are we in a bar potentially?
Yeah. Are we doing a bar fight?
And then that doesn't happen, and you're just like, oh, it's. I'm happy to see John Moxley, but I was really hoping for that bar fight. I'm sure it'll happen in
Maybe
the
it
ring.
is. When he steps in the ring, it's a good time. I'll say that, but I'm still not like super crazy about him.
I think it's because they got dragged into the JS thing. Also,
Maybe.
like,
Yeah, I was really into the Blackpool Comic Club until that point.
so I feel like the Blackpool Comeback Club are all kind of waiting for that first big storyline to establish them, and they kind
And
of got
Wheeler Yuta's still in Japan doing his thing, so I think they're waiting for him.
maybe, but when they got dragged into the JS thing, it just got. I get that they had the Eddie Kingston affiliation, but it just kind of felt a little weird.
Yeah, a bit weird, a bit strange, but yeah, it is what it is. I really wish they had a better logo for their shirt.
It's just a fist. That is all.
That's terrible logo. Like, who designed that?
I mean, like, they're not all winners.
Like the letters, it's like they remind me a bit of like how Bullet Club does their letters, but like I don't even know if they're trying then with that shirt.
So you're saying if we get them a better shirt design, then they'll really
They
say it.
literally typed in fist PNG and got one.
They searched up fist and then they got some weird results. So they're like, oh god, that.
Fisting. Oh, I spelled it a little bit wrong.
Yeah, they searched it up. They looked at it, cautiously scrolled through the pictures that time, found the one thing. They're like, look, man, I'm not taking any more risk. We're using that one.
Yeah, this is the one we're doing. Put it into Photoshop and then get it out there.
But anyway, so yeah, Jericho and Regal on commentary. That's always entertaining. And yeah, they went overtime
Not
with it.
always. Not always.
For me, it is always.
Hmm.
But
It depends.
I just like Jericho and commentary making his remarks to Regal. Like that one time where he was like, Regal has to get swept another week. Like that's just off the cuff, unnecessary stuff right there. You
I
know,
want him to throw a fireball in Regal's face.
I mean, he might.
It needs to happen.
There's still plenty of time to build up to blood and guts. It could probably happen.
Like Regal's meant to say blood and guts, but he shoots him with a fireball.
I still also love the touch that Jericho has, where he talks about Kingston going to light him on fire, and he's like, "What kind of guy would try and set somebody on fire, man?"
Yeah. I mean, I would not know, honestly.
Yeah, it's a mystery. But overall, Moxley wins a very
That's something
entertaining.
a wizard would do.
Maybe Moxley wins the match, and then Kingston gets in the ring with Moxley. Moxley grabs the mic. He goes, "You know, Eddie, you're a hard guy to love, but I'm very excited for Blood and Guts. Count me in." Well, I was kind of weirded out by that because I was like already assuming that if William Regal was in on it, that they were all in on it. I didn't know that he just was thinking about it still.
William Regal is just a guy. He's the face of blood and guts right now.
It's a storyline reason. So what I assumed is Kingston saw me. He's like, "Look, man, I need you to say a line, please, please just say a line."
Just come with me. We're gonna make an announcement.
Tell him to say the thing, and he just assumed. Blood and guts, and you're damn right.
Yeah, that's the one. I actually love the Jericho Appreciation Society. I think it's a good group of people.
Like most things Jericho does, it's growing on me.
It's a good group of people. They're very entertaining. I think it's pushed them into a new level of like before they were in the Jericho Appreciation Society. I was very bored of them. Did not know what they were doing in the main event of every single show. But now I know what they're doing in the main event of every show. You know, they deserve to be there.
I finally learned the names to 2.0, so I mean that's a good one. I
I mean,
appreciate that.
I'm learning the names of 2.0.
You don't know Matt Menard, Angelo Parker.
Not really. I mean, I know them when I see them. You know.
So like you know which one's Matt and which one's Angelo.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I do. Menard is the guy with the big head.
Well, I mean that's one way to know.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate that you're thinking if there's an AEW game with big head mode, don't just have everyone else have a big head and he'll just stay there the same, is what you're thinking.
Pretty much.
Just walk out, you're like, where's the mod? I don't get it.
That video game looks like it's gonna suck, by the way.
It's not looking good.
Yeah,
But
all the fucking drama that's going on. I don't have any high hopes for this one. Maybe in a couple of years.
maybe, potentially, but we'll see. Overall though, that was in fact Dynamite. For the
Was it
MJF,
Dynamite though?
I will say it was very Dynamite for me because you know what? I was having a week, was going through it there for a minute. This made me forget about that, and also the MJF promo, and Miro coming back, continuously threatening the fight god. I appreciate that. I'm giving it a double thumbs up.
Me too. Me too. You take Johnny to lead off the show. Maybe it'll be better.
I mean, he lost. That's the closest thing you can ask.
I mean, true. As long as he loses.
So, yeah, overall, that was the show. That's our thoughts on it. Let us know what you thought down below, though. And you can take us out of this.
All right, go follow us wherever you possibly can on every single social media platform as well as podcasting platforms. Go look at Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star review. That always helps. Go on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.